Hello and welcome to the I Review Anything channel. This channel is all about reviewing literally anything: TV shows, movies, anime, video games, sports, games, anything. And for the first episode of the show, I will be reviewing the anime Takopis Original Sin. That's right. This depressing, messed up show that seems like such a happy slice of life, fun anime, but it is not. It is pure heartbreak, pure sadness. Um, Spoilers, obviously, because I'm not going to review a show without talking about the show. It's kind of hard to do. But anyways, the reason I want to review this show very first is because it's what made me make this channel. I already wanted to review things, but it was just like a thing like that, a thing in the back of my mind, and I thought, you know, maybe eventually I'll do it. But after watching Takopis Original Sin a couple days ago, I watched it all in one day. It's a 6 episode show. Um, it made me start it up now because this was a masterpiece of a short series, and it has probably the most heartbreaking yet relevant and beautiful message that I think any show I've ever watched had, and that being the cycle of abuse, or how abuse affects children and the people around them. And honestly, I don't know if that's what the actual theme of the show is. It's what I came up with. I'm not gonna search it up because it's my channel, it's my reviews. What's the point of my reviews if I'm gonna follow some guide? But anyways, this show shows the cycle of abuse and how it affects children so perfectly. Our main character, Shizuka, is a fourth grader who is getting harshly bullied, ridiculously bullied. And in the first episode, she ends up taking her own life. And that's really the first part we see of how abuse affects your children. Because although, yes, face value, the bullying caused it. I mean, Marina got her dog killed. So, yes, Marina caused it. But at the same time, it was both Marina's parents and Shizuka's parents. Because in the last episode of the show, Shizuka goes on this massive rant about how she doesn't have anything. Her mother doesn't care about her. Her father literally just doesn't call her his daughter. And even when seeing her face to face, he literally says, "I don't know who this is," when asked by his other children, which she never knew about. And she cries that she has no one and nothing. And the reason I say it's the first case that we see abuse affect children is because that's why she took her life. She said the only person she has is her dog. And that should not be the case. It shouldn't ever be the case. Her mother, her father, if they were just there, none of it would have happened. None of it. Even if she still lost her dog, which she probably wouldn't have if her parents were there. Even if she still lost her dog, she still would have at least had someone if her parents cared and weren't neglecting her in a form abusing her. And that was just heartbreaking to see her cry in the final episode, saying how no one cares about her. And then with Marina, we see, I mean, she was, I don't remember what episode it was, maybe the second. We see her home life, and we see her father arguing with her mother, and the father's insulting the mother, and we see that the words the father uses are the exact same words Marina uses to Shizuka. The environment that Marina is growing up in, obviously, she's bullying Shizuka because of her mother, Shizuka's mother, having an affair with Marina's dad while Marina's father is married. And that's the reason Marina is bullying Shizuka, which shows the father, Marina's father, neglecting them. Really, he doesn't care about his family. He just wants to be disgusting and cheat and argue and not care about his wife or daughter, which leads to the mother being depressed and emotionally abusing and physically abusing Marina, and keeps telling her, "You're all I have. You're all I have. You're on my side, right, Marina? You're on my side." Which Marina's so hurt by seeing what her family has become. She puts all this blame on Shizuka because of what Shizuka's mother is doing. And like I said, we see the insults she uses are the exact same insults her dad uses to her mother. Which, that's what made me realize this show is all about the cycle of abuse and how it affects your children. Her witnessing her father verbally abuse the mother influenced her to use those exact same words when she is being hateful. And then obviously she's physically being abused by her mother, mentally being abused, emotionally being abused. Her life is terrible at home too. And we some people don't sympathize with her, but like I think there's no villain in this show except the parents. There's no bad people in this show except the parents. Shizuka, even though she covers up the murder of Marina, I don't think Shizuka's a bad person. She's a victim of abuse and neglect, and when she finally has relief, just she does the wrong thing. And then Marina's also not a villain because it's all the parents. She's abused at home. She wouldn't be like that if her father just didn't cheat. If Shizuka's mother just wasn't a terrible person. If Marina's mother wasn't physically or emotionally abusive to her, or any of that. And then we also have Azuma, who is one of the bigger cases of abuse affecting him and how he thinks and what makes him do bad things. Of course, he catches Shizuka walking away from Marina's body after Takopi murders her, and he decides to help her. And we don't know why. We think he's just like an evil kid at first. But then we learn how his home is. And it's also abuse. His mother literally hadn't hugged him since he was in like kindergarten or something like that. And only cared about him if he was perfect. But he was never perfect for her. Meaning she never cared about him. He was just seeking for someone to accept him. Even when he isn't perfect. And that was more so Shizuka more than anyone. And then you see it most when Shizuka asks him to turn himself in. Because he's like, what? Like, you're gonna use me? But then she manipulates him. And he's able to be manipulated because someone's finally relying on him. Someone's finally able to, like, he feels like he has a use to someone because his mother never cared about him. He didn't think his brother cared about him at all. So if anyone were to give him congratulations, or if anyone were to accept him when he's not perfect, he easily just falls to their bidding. And then once he realizes his brother cares about him, he's gone from that terrible circle with Takopi and Shizuka and himself, where they're literally covering up a child's body and all these things. And finally, our final main character, which is it's the title of the show, Takopi, our favorite little alien octopus thing from Planet Happy. And I think this is another one of the biggest cases of abuse and how it affects quote unquote children. Because Takopi's a child still, and he is dumb and ignorant. He's easily influenced. He just thinks happy, happy, happy. Everything should be happy. And he doesn't know of anything bad. So he thinks murdering someone to keep the person he's protecting happy is fine. It's right. I mean, he literally murders Marina to protect Shizuka. And of course, in episode 5, he literally goes back in time to kill Shizuka to keep Marina happy. And then you may be questioning, how does this tie in with abuse influencing him? Well, because he's ignorant. He never knew what murder and what was bad, what was wrong, what was right from wrong. So when he was with Marina in the old timeline, he literally gets home to Marina standing over her mother's dead body out of self-defense. But Marina is trying to find something to blame it on, and she blames it on Shizuka for stealing Azuma from her. And then she says, I should have killed her in 4th grade. And Takopi, his one goal is to keep Marina happy. So he hears her say this and thinks, if I go kill Shizuka, Marina will be happy. But he's dumb. He doesn't know that's wrong. He's influenced by what he sees around him and he thinks it's right. He sees violence around him and it makes him violent. And then once he sees how him murdering Marina affected Marina's family, he felt so much regret because he never knew what his actions caused because he was influenced by other people, because he was young and dumb and ignorant, just how children are. So, not only does the show have a beautiful message, an important message, it's also an entertaining show. Plot twist, and just an amazing watch. Watch it. I'm not. It's not even like I recommend watching it. Watch it. You need to watch it. Um, Flaws with it, I guess. Um, I don't. I don't have any flaws with it. I think it's a perfect show. Oh, and then I forgot to mention Takopi hitting his mother on Planet Happy because she was gonna take away his memory so he could go back to Earth, and going back in time shows he was influenced by the violence of humans and even took it home where it's just happiness and nothing bad. So that also shows how someone young revealed to violence could make them violent, even if they are such a kind soul. I don't know what else to say about the show. I mean, it's not a long show. There's not much to say outside of how beautiful the message and how good of a show it is. So I guess that's the first episode of I Review Anything. And subscribe, like the video. Um, I'll be reviewing the rest of Dexter Resurrection episodes. And whenever I play a game, I'll review it. Whenever I do anything I want to review, I'll review it. So, thank you for watching. This show is very, very important. It's so important to watch. It shows how children are so vulnerable. So, I rated it 10 out of 10. I literally, I see it as a perfect show. And thank you for watching.